Going on YouTube here, just give like a first impressions of this beta. Looks like they fixed the issue with the ISP, so I can actually have something in the background to show you. I made it to 34. I don't really plan on playing anymore because the beta is basically ending. So I played this. I'll go here. Nope. I just unlocked the 7th day today, so I only logged in this beta period for 7 days because the rest was either I couldn't get in because of ISP things, mainly ISP things. And I didn't even get the 7 day check in here. Feels bad. But yeah, they were having ISP issues, and my ISP apparently was blocking the game. It was a very common thing, is what it seemed like. Uh, it looks like it's fixed. I guess only time will tell if it is fixed for the actual game. But going in here, ended on 34. Uh, Silver 3, Bronze 1. You know, didn't really put any time into these, even though this is the mainstay of the game. I basically just burnt these. You only get 5, but I haven't logged in. But I'll just burn these 5. You basically come in here and fight bots. You know, you do your thing. It's a standard low level PvP gameplay. Most of these guys down here are bots or purposely have weak teams so they can just come into this battle report and just basically beat you. And then you can look at them, see what's going on. But it's a PvP focused game. This is going to be where you want to have your whole account is going to be going for this right here, the Summit Arena. This is the real time arena. Uh, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty fun, but I didn't really waste too much time on it because I was trying to get my gear in check, which is not really fantastic. But yeah, this was my main team: Tiamat, Leanne, Freya, Kraken. It's pretty much the only 4 units I used for a while, and then I started using Dina. See, I brought her to 4 star. But this is pretty much who I beat the story with. There's other teams that make it really easy. I feel like these guys make it super easy. But apparently, she's really good in the story, and so is this guy. I think I have him. Do I have him? Apparently, Marvel is really good because he steals turns, silences, and gives you a turn meter. But I think people used either like this Lily and Marvel team, but I just used this. And the story, I just blazed through the story. The story was super easy. But these shells, I think the shells are nice. They can roll 3 and 3 of a certain stat, and then you get these passive effects. The thing I don't like is okay, so you don't need it for these lower ones, so I was right. So let me go to the higher ranking shell. These right here, these reconfiguring chips, these are very annoying to try to get. So basically, you can only get them by recycling outstanding quality shells, which I believe this guy is an outstanding quality. No, he's an epic quality. So I don't think I have any outstanding quality ones. But the shell skills do a lot of damage. Like this guy's, I've had this Twilight Knight hit for like 45k, and it's single handedly killed a unit. And then they have passive effects that you can roll, which, for Leanne, I don't really need the HP, but I was out of these for a while, so I couldn't re-roll them anyways. But my only issue, Golden Eternia. Okay, well, somebody just tried to fight me and lost. But this thing right here, so say I want to reconfigure this, I want to try to get a yellow. Boom. You don't have like a minimum you can roll. Like, say you get up to purple, anything you roll could also go back down to green. So you just have to abandon and try again. See, green. I think the system is shit because if you accidentally are going too quick and you just overwrite this, you'll go from like, say you're already here at Surge, you'll go from like 20% down to like 5%. But I mean, I guess if you make that mistake, you make that mistake. But I think that it's kind of bad. You need a lot of EXP to level these guys. No, no. She's not even max. Well, she'd be max now. But look at this. Clear selection. I'm holding it down. I can't select multiple of these. What is this? And what age are we playing the game? Like, why do I have to click individually into these? Why can't I just hold down? Why isn't there a way for me? Like, I got a single click. You hear me spamming my mouse? What is this? Oh, are we back in like 2006? What is this? This needs to be changed. This is shit. I hate that. That shit was like actively pissing me off. So basically, what I would do is I wouldn't even care. I would just add all, and if I used all my shit, I used all my shit. But I mainly leveled. I mainly leveled only these two, Tiamat and Leanne. Leanne, you have like a whole quest line, so you have to get her up anyways. And then Tiamat was like pretty easy damage dealer. Leads me into another thing that I don't like about this game. These right here, these perfect latest. These shits are hard to get. So I leveled up this one to 2, 2, and 2. So that's 3. And then 4. I did not know there's apparently a quest where you have to level up like her skills multiple times, so I didn't get that done because I had used it to level up this skill. But these are like finite. These are hard to get. There's only like 2 places that you get these besides the events, and they are in PvP and the guild. So you go to your union, you go to your union shop. They're right here. You can only get 15 a week from your guild, which sucks. And from the arena, you can get 1 for here for 7,500. And then you go into this. This is the real-time arena. And when you hit rank gold, you can spend 300 per. You get 5. It basically gives you a whole 1. So for 3,000 of these, 3,000 of this currency, you can get 1 of these redemptions. And get basically level up your skill. I guess you can buy reconfig chips in here as well, but I don't. You can infinitely get them here, but they're limited elsewhere. And you don't unlock the Summit Arena until, oh god, what level is that shit? I think it's until you basically beat the story, or right before you beat the story, is when you unlock the Summit Arena. So you're pretty far in the game by then. I beat the story mode. The last boss, people were saying that it was kind of difficult. I didn't really have an issue, but I beat the whole story. It's 10 chapters, 2 parts. Not that incredibly difficult. The story was kind of bad. I didn't really like the story. It was kind of trash. The way that you had to go in here, I'll show you. So you come in here and they're like, "Hey, you can basically walk up to these guys and you can kill them if you're stronger than them." So you see, you can conceal, you kill. This guy, it won't matter what I do. I can conceal and hit him. I'm going to have to fight him because he has that golden border around him. So they have this whole thing about how they want you to like kill these guys stealthily, but there's always somebody you have to kill. And this should take like 2 seconds. And then they're dead. This is literally how it will go for like the whole time you're in story mode. You'll smash somebody easily, then you're forced into a fight, then you walk over here, there'll be like a cutscene. You walk up here, there'll be like another cutscene, and then you rinse and repeat this. You're like, alright, I beat that guy, cutscene. I beat that guy, cutscene. And then you're into a fight, and then that's that. I'll just finish it up. But that's pretty much how the story goes. I think it's lame. I think you should either be able to kill all of them, or you have to fight every single one of them. Because people are saying even if you fight people in here, it takes your stamina away, and you do consume stability 5. So you're using stamina that you have to use to fight people in the story, and then you basically have to use that stamina to push your account. It's just dumb. Dailies are really easy to get through, which I guess is fine. Yeah, I hate dailies. I don't know why they're in the game. I just don't like them. Um, Challenges. The shells, pretty simple. I only got to Whitney because I didn't really care to push. I wasn't trying to like super try hard this beta. But all these fights are pretty fun. They each have like a little kind of gimmick, and they each have pretty interesting drops. I farmed this one because I wanted this Twilight Knight. But this is your standard equipment. I only made it to Nightmare 3, which I didn't even beat. But, you know, these are the ones where you kind of have to have you don't have to have one, but you kind of want a specific element type, because this guy's like wind, so you want fire types. And you can kind of see red, neutrals, and the same. This guy, this is your speed set. This is one you're probably going to farm the most. And then this guy has these like weird sets. I didn't get too far in this one because I didn't care too much. But this boss is interesting. She like puts this debuff on you, and if you don't purge it, you just deal less damage. This is where I spent all of my stamina every day. All 10 refreshes every day. I just sat in here because I wanted to push the levels of my characters. And you need a lot of these resources. You need a fuck ton of these if you're trying to get like level 50 character. God forbid if you're trying to get 2. You're going to need a shit ton. So this is where I spent literally all my time. This is your standard thing of how to level up skills. It's kind of a moot point because you literally get stuck with these. If you don't have the golden lattice, you literally can't move on. So like, let's go to Freya. Like, see, I don't have any golden lattice, so getting any more of this is useless. I literally can't pass this. There's no way for me to pass this unless I go into PvP and get that resource and buy it, or I wait until the shops reset. Or I wait and I finish one of the events and the events give me the perfect latest. They're very rare. And the ones that it does give you out of the game is for like getting milestones. So you kind of have to, I feel like you're kind of forced to build only one of these 4-star and above. Because that's where all your latest will be going. What do we have? Oh yeah, these things. This is like your PvE content that you can just kind of do. Let's see, there's one in Doki Doki, but I never made it that far. And then you don't get another one until 18. And then I think you get another one at 20, 24. So like very far down the line. And at this point, you would probably have like they probably wouldn't be an issue at that point. This is like the multiplayer stuff. It was pretty fun. You just kind of set your team. You set a strong team here. You send some guys to like help your little co-op guy. This is the guy that I've barely seen get any lives taken away from him since I've played. Mainly like your team is the strong team, your allied team is the main team, and this is where all your the rank really comes from. But it's pretty fun. Uh, Overall, I have my issues with the game. Mainly, it's because I couldn't play the game without a VPN, but seems like they fixed the issue. This chat thing, I can go over here. I can minimize chat. I can go to a different screen, like to the arena, and then the chat is back. Just let me get rid of the chat. Just there's no reason for it to be there. If I want to minimize chat, let me minimize chat for forever. Overall, it was fun. Like 99% of my time, I was literally just in investigation, and the rest of the time, I was trying to get gear. So I guess take that as you will. Um, but I was also trying to push my account level up, and that's the easiest way to do it, from what everybody said. Good thing about this game is, say I want to get this unit right here, all I have to do is just summon, and if I hit an SSR, it'll be this unit. I doubt I'll be able to replicate it because I already have her, but I mean we can try. Oh, look at that. So it should be her. That's what people are saying. But I already have her, so let's find out. Yep. There it is. And ever since I pulled on it last time, I haven't pulled on this banner again. So that was 110 pull after doing my previous pulls over here. Unless all these count, which I don't think they do. So the last time I pulled on... Nope, doesn't even go that far. But the last time I pulled on this, I got her, and then I just pulled again and I got her again. So that is nice. People are complaining about how you couldn't get other SSRs in the specific limited banner. I don't have a problem with that. I think that that's dumb. I like that you can only get this unit. So if you want this unit, you're going to get this unit. Like, period. If you want other units, just you're going to have to go up and play the lottery here, because this is everybody else. And, you know, that's that. It's a gotcha game. I don't want to have no 50-50s here. If I want this unit, I want this unit. I think that that's nice. Some people are having an issue with that. I don't know. But I think it's pretty fun. I'll probably play it when it comes out. But it does have a little bit of issues with it. Just kind of like resource scarcity, I feel like. I feel like some resources are more scarce than they need to be. Like the latest is for one. And then the story's kind of trash. I don't. If you play these games for a story, I don't know. You're getting yourself into depression, I guess, because the story's just bad. But you start off with 100, you just get one per level. I don't know if I said that before, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Rambled on.